music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
So for whatever reason, if you have thought about exploring Arizona or the desert, I would highly, highly recommend this place. Just to give a little backstory, this was my very first solo trip, and this is my second video that I've made of my travels so far. The first place I made sure to go visit was the Chapel of the Holy Cross. I learned that this was built back in 1956. It is a Roman Catholic chapel. They say that it's one of the most spiritual places in Sedona, that there are these very strong vortexes among the red rocks that you see here. And not to mention, the view here was super spectacular. I felt so good and so energized as I explored this area. So after the chapel, I decided I wanted to go venture off and go on a hike. So I stumbled across the Jordan Road Trailhead, and let me tell you, this hike was so easy, so beautiful, so quiet. You were literally surrounded by all these red rocks, and I felt so free. Also, I fell in love with this tree like no other. I don't know why, but just its presentation was pretty captivating for me. I also fell in love with how the wind was blowing against the trees out here. It was just such a beautiful sight to see. I took a lot of footage of all these different trees, and as you can see, like this one, the colors were magnificent. I feel like they just have a story to tell. And yes, I absolutely sound like a tree hugger. Maybe I am. I feel like that's something I discovered on my trip out here.
Of dreams.
The next place I ventured off to was to Slide Rock. This place was magical, it was full of inspiration, and it was so mystic. And since the highways are only 25 to 35 miles an hour, I got to enjoy such a scenic view driving over here. I came across this tree, and I know, I record a lot of trees, but this looked like an octopus to me. I love this tree so much. One of the very last places I went to was Cathedral Rock, and this is considered a very strong vortex, as well as a very sacred area in Native American history. This was a very delightful hike, delightful as far as the view. It is about 1.2 miles, so it's not that long, but going up the rock is pretty steep, and I know I had to catch my breath a few times. I would suggest getting there a little bit early just because parking is a little bit like a mini warfare. It's just a lot of people, heavy volume, and you want to make sure you get a good spot so you can do this trail. And like I said earlier, the rock is a little steep, but once you get up to the top, it is literally breathtaking. I sat up there for about 2 hours just feeling the stillness, listening to the wind, and I really felt like my soul was being spoken to. It was really, really comforting. I will say that this was an amazing experience for me. I am so happy that I chose to do this as my very first solo trip. We have come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff.